This is Rightly Used with Adam and Karen.
Hello again.
Afternoon, good evening, and maybe good night.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Karen.
And we're going to be doing things a little bit differently this episode. Instead of us not knowing what we're each going to bring for the main Tat segment, we've pre-arranged items this episode.
After last time's lovely surprise, which if you've listened to episode 2 you'll be aware of. If you haven't, please go back if you wish to laugh at my expense for a couple of minutes. My poor little heart needed a break from surprises.
I'm still very, very sorry about that.
Yeah, but you haven't been punished. It's fine. It was funny. It's okay.
It honestly was not my intention. I thought you were just going to go, this is a heap of shit present. what are you doing? Not, this is cursed.
Well,
and causing trauma for life.
To be honest, I could not have predicted that response to anything.
I'm still very, very sorry. Also, we've pre-arranged the featured book for Bibliotat at the end of the show as well this week.
We have.
Normally, it's each of us will take turns bringing in a book and not knowing what the other person's brought in, but this week we've pre-arranged it. Speaking of Bibliotat, have you actually heard anything from Arthur yet about the money we're getting for this having a book section?
No, I've never heard of him. I haven't got a clue who he is. You've made this deal, but you haven't consulted me on it. I don't know what it's about.
Well, we kind of did discuss it. I mean, that's how we came up with the name Bibliotat.
Well, you didn't really tell me all that much about it, and I certainly wasn't prepared to hear about actual grant money.
But yeah, Art, whoever, he'll explain it. I'll show you where his office is.
Well, you'll have to, because I still don't know who he is, and I'm in his studio often enough dealing with complaints.
What have we done this time?
Oh, no, not for us.
Oh,
no.
We've only got a couple of shows. We said sorry the first time.
Yeah, not for us, for those others.
Oh.
Yeah. They know who they are.
Oh, we've been out and about today. A bit of an update. Last episode I talked about the old Metoi, Corgi, Dragon Data buildings on Forest Park Industrial Estate, and it was suggested a bit of a road trip.
Yeah, a bit of an adventure.
Dear listener, on Google Street View there was a sign for burgers and fries. It's no longer there.
Sadly.
Though, I was doing some work near there, so I had a quick recon trip on the industrial estate in the week. They did have a carvery in one of the units there.
Do love a good carvery.
But we went today.
We did. On a very nice sunny day in Swansea. What a rarity.
Was there a carvery there, though, today?
I mean, there was a sign for a carvery.
Saturday. What was it? Midday? Something like that?
Maybe 1 o'clock.
Closed.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go back tomorrow and try and investigate. Sorry, it's Saturdays we're recording this. We'll try and go back tomorrow and see if they're open for Sunday carvery. But we did see a big American school bus.
We did indeed. It was very cool. It was called Scooby.
It's Instagram famous. You followed them?
I have followed them. They are called @OurBigEdventure. So that's adventure, but with an ED instead of an AD. And their profile's pretty cool. That bus has been everywhere. It's been all over America. It's mad.
But the highlight of my day today. What else is around this industrial estate?
It's
having
surprising what you can find on an industrial estate, actually. I've never been brave enough to just go around one.
Oh, I thoroughly recommend it. We saw a replica Herbie.
We did.
It was really good.
It was really, really mint. Really good job.
And the grey square painted on sunroof.
Oh yeah, the grey sunroof. Yeah, that was
the
cool.
Webasto sunroof. That was a nice touch. We also have to say thank you. I was going to do this at the very, very top of the show. I absolutely forgot. I got sidetracked with Herbie.
Wrong.
We've got to say thank you to Who Takes the Socks Off.
We really do. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you very, very much for inviting us on your new minisode series, Socks On or Off. Letting us spin the wheel of Would You Rathers. You can check them out at channel84.co.uk, also part of the Studio Channel 84 network, along with the Variety Show and Untitled Trek Show as well.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much. You were the first guest.
I was.
Inaugural guest.
I felt very honoured to pop both Simon and Ross's cherries at the same time in view of you and Rob unfortunately, Tom missed out on that. He wasn't with us at the time. But yeah, I had a really good laugh with them. Good giggle. Great lads.
Good name of the spin-off show as well, gotta say. That.
Yeah, I'm not sure who suggested that. Are you?
Come out of the ether. Who's to say? But yeah, on the show this episode, we've got some more likely used news.
Yay!
Continuing the saga of Johnny Turnip.
Oh, amazing.
Bit of a change instead to our usual Tat Comparison this time. Nessie Hunt Part 3.
God bless you all for listening.
And Bibliotat.
Huzzah.
Okay, we return to the Abergavenny Chronicle and Monmouthshire Beacon by Tim Butters from Monday the 18th of March 2024. Monmouthshire man claims he has found the entrance to secret tunnel network. For centuries, rumours have abounded that Abergavenny sits on top of a huge underground network of tunnels that were once used by everyone from Owain Glyndŵr to sex-crazed monks. Over the years, many amateur sleuths have attempted to prove the tunnels exist, but to no avail. Until now. Semi-professional, long-distance runner Johnny Turnip believes he has found a portal to the hidden realms of the town, and it happened by accident.
Go on, Johnny.
I was trying to make contact with one of the fair folk where it happened, explained Turnip. I know that might sound like the ramblings of a lunatic, and once I would have agreed with you. However, after my encounter with a member of the Twilight Teg the other week on top of the Blorringe, I'm one of the wide-awake gang now. I know these mythical creatures are real, and if we'd attempted to catch it instead of fleeing the scene in fright, we could have been kings of the world. Fairies can grant wishes, see? And now we know they're real, we're going to capture one and make it do our bidding. Turnip reveals that alongside his brothers-in-arms, Big Tony and Puerto Rico Paul, his first bid to trap and tame a Twilight Teg was a failure. He explained, We tried Big Tony's tactic of erecting this huge steel monolith-like structure on Hay Bluff to draw one in from the Enchanted Realms and trap it with a fishing net. Tony had spent a lot of time on top of Lord Hereford's Knob as a young man, and said there's always been a lot of fairy activity in that neck of the woods. Turnip added, I'm not sure about the science behind it, but Big Tony said a lump of shiny steel would prove irresistible to the little folk, and he knew a builder's yard where some was going spare. Well, after carrying it to the top of the hill and getting it in the ground, we sat there all night drinking white rum and waiting for something to happen, but all we got was a big fat nothing. We couldn't be bothered to take it down, so we left it there for the locals to look at. Not a lot goes on in Powys, so we thought it would give the natives something to talk about during the dark nights and dull days. Anyhow, once we left Bow and Arrow country and made it safely back to the urban sophistication of the Mardi, we decided to revert to Plan B in our bid to find a portal to the fairy realms. Turnip explained that Puerto Rico Paul's mother, Pauline, or the Witch of Tudor Street as she was once affectionately known, was well versed in fairy lore, and so they visited her caravan just on the outskirts of Llanthony Priory for advice.
Oh, there's a good word.
Ever since they cleared the sums, the witch left Aber and has refused to return, said Turnip. She said it's been overrun by beatniks and amateur chefs and not the town she once knew. She's lived in the caravan for years, giving tarot card readings to finance her chocolate addiction and listening to Rick Astley records. They help with the gout, apparently. However, if you want to catch a fairy, she's your lady. When we told her what we were planning, she was a bit dismissive and called us a bunch of goons who are meddling in the higher powers. But it was her knowledge of the ancient ways we wanted, not compliments.
This is brilliant.
Turnip revealed the three of them left the caravan armed with the riddle that if they wait by the tree of winter blossom, by the stones of poetry in the meadow of swans, near the river that named a town at the stroke of midnight, the oracle of spikes will lead the way to the hidden realms.
Ooh.
I knew straight away where she meant, explained Turnip. She didn't have to dress it up in such ridiculous language, though. She could have just said, go to the grass bit near the bus station and wait. So that's exactly what we did. Unsure of exactly what they were waiting for, the three friends huddled together in Swan Meadows beneath the blossom tree and spent their time violently arguing about who would make the best wish if they did capture a fairy. Birdo Paul said he was going to wish for a time machine, revealed Turnip. Apparently he wants to go back to the night the Beatles played Abergavenny to find out if Paul really is his father like he claims. I said to the Dorsey Tart, think what you'd have to witness to prove your dad is really a Beatle. It wouldn't be pleasant. Turnip added, Big Tony had a better wish. He wanted to be the owner of the biggest construction company in the UK. It's a nice idea for a man with a strong work ethic but limited abilities like Torn, but it stinks of a small town mentality. When I revealed my wish was to become a god, you could see them growing suspicious. They didn't think big has always been their problem. The Three Musketeers' reverie was eventually broken by a rustling coming from a nearby tree, and in the moonlight, what looked like a small mythical creature appeared and made tentative movements towards them. Turnip recalled, Big Tony grabbed the net and was about to pounce when Perto Paul screamed, Leave it alone, you big lump, it's a bloody hedgehog. You can imagine our disappointment, explained Turnip. We came for the wings, all we got was the spikes. The hedgehog wandered by all brazen, giving us a contemptuous scowl that seemed to suggest, Not my circus, not my monkeys. However, when we followed the Oracle of Spikes, we found something a lot better than the fairy. We found the secret entrance to Abergavenny's lost network of tunnels.
No fucking way.
To be continued.
No, you can't leave it there. It's just getting exciting. Well, folks, it is that time of the show where Adam and I get to compare our tat. And as we've mentioned, it is pre-arranged this episode, so it's a bit different to normal. We have gone with our collections of pin badges.
They're quite small collections, but we do treasure them.
Absolutely. So, do you want to go through your list first? We do have some that are swaps between us, don't we? We've got a couple that we've got the same of. But run through your list.
The photos I'll be sharing are as they appear on my shelf tat. Because I don't have too many just outright pin badges, I'm going to include some sort of, I think they're called bottle cap type badges as well, with the stamping machine ones.
Yeah,
it's cheating, but they're just honourable mentions.
Yeah, they'd have to be honourable mentions.
They're not pin badges.
I think they're cheating as well.
But we got one of these each, starting off with the Paul Gannon Ghost Squad pin.
Yes.
Which we got when we saw Cheap Show Live, or was it DigiLive?
It was DigiLive last year in Harrow.
And also after DigiLive, I got myself the Man with a Long Chin pin badge. I'm keeping it in the bag, and also my Gannon Ghost Squad one kept in the bag. These glow in the dark. They
do, and actually they glow in the dark really effectively. I'm very impressed.
They are very, very, very good pin badges. This is also one that you got me, an 8-bit T-Rex.
Yep.
That's really, really cool. Most of the other ones, we were together. We were at the car boot sale when we saw these. There's an Astra Satellite badge.
I'd forgotten about that one. You got some interesting ones that day.
There was one with, it looks like, again, my eyes are terrible. I can't see what's on there, and I can't get close enough with my phone to Google Translate the Russian on it. But it's a Lenin sort of head with a star, some flames, and a red flag background. I will try and get the translation of that on there for you, but
I wish you luck.
Just an interesting badge. And this next one I got just after, I think, all the Brexit votes happened.
I think
so that might date that. It's intertwined Union Jack and EU flag. So you're not going to see people wearing those anymore.
No.
We've also got one of these little fellas each.
Yes.
It's a little fella wearing a
little star boy
T-shirt with a red baseball cap. My guy's just waving.
And mine's playing tennis.
Yeah, we have to find out where these are from or what they're commemorating. My guy's got blue jeans on. Yours has got just shorts on.
He's just in tennis whites with a red baseball cap and red trainers.
Then the final pin badge I have.
It does actually say something on the back of those pins. I'll have to zoom in. We'll do a zoom in on those.
Can we read it with the lights on?
Oh, Jesus, I've not got my glasses on. You've got no hope.
Let me have a go. I haven't got my glasses on, so I might be able to see it. No, it's just numbers.
That's not how glasses are supposed to work.
For distance, hang on. It does say something there. No, that's definitely a code.
Never mind then. Just a
we'll take a photo
type thing.
And if anyone can read it, please do get in touch.
Feel free to send the information you discover.
One of my last pin badges here is the RNLI wellies.
Nice pair of yellow wellies.
Yeah, got that in the British Heart Foundation. I think it was either 50 pence or £1.
Isn't it funny when you get charity pins in charity shops for other charities.
Yeah. The last one, again, not, as I found out later, not a pin badge. It's a little green dragon. It was amongst pin badges. I got it, and when we got home, we found out it might be one of those little croc
charms
things that you stick in shoes, which was a little bit gross.
Yeah, it might have been on someone's sweaty toes.
But it's on the shelf. I don't really touch it. I'm not putting it in my mouth.
Yeah. No, please don't.
And the final one was a present from yourself.
Yes, it was.
It's an Amsterdam original pin, a little baggie of weed in Amsterdam on it.
Well, you know, if you can't buy cannabis-related gifts for people when you go to Amsterdam, what can you buy?
Right, we'll do your pin badges first, and then we'll do my honourable mention, just
Okie dokie.
bottle badges.
I went to slightly more effort than Adam did with presenting my very small collection of pin badges. They are on an embroidery hoop because I'm fancy like that. So I have got 12 pin badges on this little hoop. Again, photos will be on the website along with the blog and show notes maybe. I haven't written any again. So I've got a little red and gold fan. The Gannon's Ghost Squad pin, the little tennis playing guy that we talked about already, the green and gold thing at the very top of the hoop that you'll see on the photos. You may not be able to make out what it is, and it confused me and you when we found it in the shop, didn't we? And we actually think it's a tortoise. So like the dome at the top is his shell and his face is in the middle at the bottom, and he's got two little gold feet either side. And then I've got a bright pink Triceratops.
That's really cool.
Which is probably one of my favourite pins. A little pink piggy, because, you know, why not? What looks like a crystal ball on a stand. A little crescent moon that I got from my Witch subscription box.
Which is in
Witch
Wicca,
as in,
not the witch question mark.
As in magic with a K, yeah. And then I've got a little RLNI badge as well, but mine is a little, what do you call them? What are they? Not sea guards. Lifeboatmen, not a sea guard. Yes, a gentleman that probably works on a lifeboat. He's got a very nice beard and some swooshy hair. And then I've got a skeletal mermaid with purple hair.
That is really cool.
And that was a gift from Jackson. And then I've got a green frog and a rocking horse. And then the last badge I'm going to tell you about is the one that I found today, that I knew that I was missing one. And it's just typical that it's unlucky number 13 because it's actually a black cat with a big knife in its mouth. So it's my little stabby cat pin badge, and it's on my bright yellow denim jacket. But
Separate photo will be on the blog.
Yeah, if I remember. And that's my pin badges.
Yeah, you've got a slightly larger collection, and overall, I think possibly cooler. But then again, I do have the man with the chin.
You do have the man with the very, very long chin.
I think we're drawn this week.
Yeah, I don't think we need to compete for who's got the best. I just think, you know, we both like our pin badges.
I'm going to give an honourable mention to some other just badges. This one that you found for me, which is WIN, Most Special Agent. I'm still not entirely sure what that's from. It might be a birthday card.
It might have been. It was a freebie in a charity shop.
And another one is from Pappy's Fun Club, which was a comedy troupe. I don't know if they're still together anymore, actually. But it was, I attempted a world record. There was no one from Guinness there, so even if we did do it, it wouldn't have counted.
That's one for socks.
Tiny, tiny little badges. I've got 2 MC Chris pin badges. I saw him live in Club Iverbach in Cardiff, same place I saw Akira the Don. I've got 3 pin badges from him, which are the 2 pink ones and the one that looks like either a nose or a testicle.
Yeah, I think maybe a dog's nose, but really close up. So it's just the nostrils and the top triangle.
I'm not entirely sure what that is. It does look like a ball bag or a heart. Another tiny, tiny pin badge from the band The Subways, who are based in Welwyn Garden City.
No way.
I interviewed them in a previous life when I did stuff on the radio, and also one of the stations I volunteered at, a community radio station, after commercial radio station stuff stopped paying me, or being welcome on there. From Avon FM in Neath and Port Talbot, which was not a terribly long-lived radio station, but while it was running, it kicked ass. It was awesome. Very fond memories of presenting there.
Oh, thanks.
But yeah, those are our pin badges. You can check out all the photos of these, also the cool cars that we saw today, and everything we've discussed on the show blog, likelyused.co.uk. Welcome back to Nessie Hunt Part 3, where we've realised we've missed a whole bunch of rules and the monster probably should have been on the board from the start and we should have been getting loads of eyewitness experiences, and I've probably been missing out on loads of points as a result of this.
Yeah, you definitely have. I mean, the only thing that I've managed to do is somehow make money just by loitering around the lake lock.
And I missed out on one of the rules was ignore misser turns.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Right, so do I get 2 goes to start?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
fine, yeah, okay.
And for this episode, we've also, on the blog, we'll show the monster set up on the board, as it probably should have been, with some transparencies for the sonars.
Yes, I shall take some photographs.
So you can see what we should have had it set up as, something like before. So if any of these monsters go through any of these little sonar transparencies, then I get to get an evidence card from Sonar Evidence.
A sonar evidence.
And so as we're moving around the board, our combination of players read out coordinates of the hexagons, and that's the Nessie sightings, the phallic fella, is always sticking up in different parts of the board as we're rolling. So we've got a third piece to constantly be moving around. 5 other pieces to be constantly moving around, because as well as the Nessie head sticking up, there are 4 other smaller monster pieces.
Underwater monsters.
Could be around these areas. It's a bit like Minesweeper.
Yes, it is. I kick my brain into gear for a second and I go, what was Minesweeper?
And also the other rules, if we have 5 or 6 on the die,
We pick up an eyewitness
card, which we probably should have been doing all along as well. So let's... 6! Oh, right,
whoop,
let's
whoop.
roll the fella. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing for my character to do.
But you've got an eyewitness card because you rolled a 6.
And I get 40 points.
He's cheating already.
Points. 40.
Apologies if you can hear any jingly bells or anything in the background. That would be the cat. Hey, Fluff.
Alistair and Sue Boyd from Southend had such a good sighting. They've been returning to chalet at Strone overlooking Urquhart Bay for many, many years since. They have now a great deal of sophisticated camera equipment and hope eventually to take a picture.
Of anything?
Nessie!
Oh, right, sorry,
Nessie.
yeah. I just thought you meant that they bought expensive camera equipment just to have it.
Right, do I hang on to that or just put it back in the pack? I think we'll put it back in the pack.
Oh, no, has it got points? Have you recorded your points? Okay,
yeah.
put it back at the bottom then.
Oh, I get another roll.
Are you getting a second roll because we made you miss a go?
Yes. 4. Oh, sorry.
Just knocked an underwater Nessie out.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. H. I get a logistics. See what's going on.
So do we need to move him to H and then H and then whatever I roll?
I think we move Nessie after your roll. Mm-hmm. Otherwise it'll be too much.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've damaged the chartered vessel. Repair costs are 200. Retain this card until you can pay. I cannot win the game while holding this card. Oh, it's a bugger. But you can collect evidence cards to which you're entitled.
Okay.
I better pay this back quickly.
Give me money. Money, bitch, give me money. Sorry, I shouldn't swear as much as I do.
£200 to fix the boat.
Thank you.
I'll put this on the discard pile. Right, shall we move?
No, because I haven't had a go yet.
You've got to go, then we'll move Nessie.
My turn now? Are we in agreement?
Yep.
Nearly went with the whole American agreeance thing then. Is the agreeance even a word?
I concur.
2. 1, 2. I got 5E, no asterisks, so I don't get a logistics card. You are on H, so we need to move the big head to H5E.
Capital H.
It's all the way down here. 5E there.
And
it looks like we're only going to have one underwater Nessie now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Roll the dice, Mr. Court.
1, 2, 3. I get logistics. This card is not optional.
Oh.
Throw the dice twice. And collect your donations. Or missed turns. Oh, they don't do missed turns. I just collect donations.
From whom?
Well-wishers and people who've read about Nessie and enthusiasts and cryptozoologists and people who've given up donating to Bigfoot. 2. Oh, that's not a good start. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of Nessie shoes. 5, 6, 7.
300 quid?
There we go.
Or is that how much do you total? What's your total in points so
40.
far? So you get 300
300
quid from the bank, I assume.
Yep, that's in lovely donations from people. Let's pop that. There's a discard.
2, 300, 300, 300.
The card said so.
£300.
How very dare you?
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dim Scorio.
But Nessie heads capital F.
F1A. That's F1C. F1A is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Why are you putting it 5 away when it's 4 away?
4 then the next one. Where's the rules?
Oh, so you've got a
clear 4.
You've got a hit.
Oh!
Sonar's going. Woo!
Oh, something's happening in the game.
Woo!
There's been a Nessie sighting, everybody. First Nessie sighting. Yeah, it's only taken 3 episodes. Sonar evidence, 110 points. So that's 150 points altogether.
If this was Monopoly, I'd be doing really well.
If there are monsters in Loch Ness, this is exactly how they would be expected to appear on scanning sonar. Come on, you must well start writing the books now. My expedition's found it. This is very strong contact. Left side of the screen.
It might be very strong
I'll have to
contact,
take their
but
word for that.
I'm not sure this is very strong content.
Well, I'll take a photo of this for the...
Oh yeah, take a photo for...
Oh no, apparently this very strong contact, left side of the screen, was obtained by the project in 1982. I don't know whether this was based on Nessie Hunt is based on an actual outing.
Oh, right.
Possibly,
Well,
I don't know.
Cool.
On the right side of the screen shows a calibration target. I don't know what any of that's meant to be, but keep card.
Keep card and carry on.
Let me hang on to that. Is it my go or your go now?
Your go.
Oh yeah, after the that's where we moved Nessie. 6. Oh.
Eyewitness.
Let me move my fella first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again asterisk. Right, let's do the witness first. Nilpois.
Good.
Netted monster. Gordon and Alistair Masters. When caught by police with a net full of salmon at Temple Pier, Gordon and Alistair claimed they'd been trying to catch the monster. It was approaching the net just before the police arrived and chased the salmon into their trap. The judge considered this story unlikely. Keep card. Why?
I don't know.
Okay. It's witness evidence of poaching.
Okay.
Logistics.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The Inverness planning officers have objected to my base camp.
Oh.
Missed turns as follows. No, sod them. I get to ignore the council. So if I was the leader or joint leader, I have over 500 points. I'd miss 2 turns. If you are neither of the above, okay, right. Then retain this card until you pay a £50 fine. I guess I pay the fine instead of missing a go then.
Okay.
I can't win until I've done that, but I've...
Do you have to keep that card?
No.
Is it going in the discarded pile?
Oh,
or
yes,
the...
sorry, that was the logistics stat. And 50.
Right, let's see if we can get some equipment or something, shall we? Oh, nearly lost it off the other table then. Right, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing.
Eyewitness.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I got an eyewitness for a roll of a 5. Okay, this is a keep card. It's worth 10 points, please. Could you put 10 points on my tally next to your tally? A number of very large waves are seen crashing onto the shore by a Japanese courier and his party. There were no boats within view at the time. Keep card.
Right. end of the turn.
Oh, yeah, where are you?
Capital.
A5E. There.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one down.
There you go. Leave those two off.
Where's the other one that's off?
On the corner.
Oh, there we go. They're both off the board.
Okay.
5. Let's move. 4, 5. Nothing there, but I do get an eyewitness card. No point. Rubbish
for
witness.
that.
Pink monsters. Murdo Adrum. Murdo claims 2 pink monsters caused him to crash on the road between Doris and Foyers after an evening at the Doris Inn. This story was corroborated by 2 friends on their way from the Foyers to Doris. Mechanics later separated the 2 vehicles.
Okay.
Well, he had witnesses to corroborate him.
Yeah, but we're looking for Loch Ness monsters, not pink monsters.
It says keep card for some reason. I don't want to keep that.
Right, okay, my turn. 3. I got an asterisk. Right, logistics card. You helped the Highland News with a monster feature article. Sounds just like me. If you have under 200 points, woohoo, collect a £50 donation. If you have 200 points or more, you must lose an evidence card of your choice because they exposed it as a hoax. Damn it. Adjust tally sheet as
You've
necessary.
only got 10 experience points.
So I earn £50 for conspiracy theories. Marvellous, thank you very much. Thank you. I'll happily take that. And then Nessie needs to go... Where does Nessie need to go? Oh no, that was that one.
We all need some money for the round.
Oh yeah, sorry. 150 for me, because I still don't have any equipment. And £30 for you in change for your rent for your sonars. There you go.
Thank you. And we move Nessie.
No, I think no, because Nessie's there now. So you roll your dice, and I roll my dice, and then we move Nessie again.
6. Oh, excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing on the thing, but I do get an eyewitness. 30 points.
Hey. Why?
For
showing up.
And 80. Donald Mackenzie. The very, very good Scottish name.
Donald Mackenzie.
An off-duty Highland Scottish omnibus driver.
Oh, you sound
I'm
lovely.
going to stop there.
Oh, carry on, carry on. Oof, do strange things to me, boy.
And a friend. Had a good sighting of 2 humps from the beach.
Hey.
From the Doris Inn. See, that guy with the pink monsters, he was between the Fires Hotel and the Doris Inn.
Maybe that was the humps.
2 big pink humps. It took that fella off the road.
There's a song about big pink humps, right?
They're lovely lady lamps. Oh, hey!
Oh, hey, the boob!
I'm definitely keeping that card. That's some good eyewitness evidence there.
Love it.
Wish they'd taken a photo.
Right, 4 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing. I'm on 1A. What letter are you on? E. A, B, C, D,
Let's
E.
move this fella.
E. 1A. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right on the shoreline.
3, 4. Oh, that's in my bit of radar. 1, 2, 3.
No, I don't think that counts because it's not a direct line.
I'm getting a sonar hit. I'm counting that.
That is barely a fin. It's like less than a millimetre of a Nessie touching
That counts. That counts.
the corner of this frigging sonar thing. That personally I think has slipped position since the last time we rolled dice. Yeah, it's alright, take your evidence, it's fine.
And I forgot we haven't set the timer, so this episode might have
Oh,
run a
you're
bit long.
fucking shitting me.
Right, we'll do your turn, then we'll see where we get up to. I have thought this is going on a little bit. Oh, 100 points.
No.
Sonar evidence.
You're a bad man.
It looks like we caught somebody skinny dipping from that, to be honest with
Hey,
you.
it's pink humps again.
A series of parallel wavy lines on your chart have been interpreted as Nessiaterus rhombotrix. Nessie's proposed scientific name. This 1976 Academy trace has been criticised for its similarity to a boat wake. I wonder why. However,
together with a number of other traces obtained during the same period, led the researchers to believe that the power cables to their underwater cameras may be deterring large animals from approaching them. Keep card. 100 points.
Don't like you anymore. You're winning.
Getting near the 751.
2. 1, 2. I get an asterisk. So let's have a look at the logistics card. I've got another trump card. It is suggested that you keep this card until its purpose becomes clear, yada yada yada. Yeah, exactly the same as the last trump card, so I'll just put it on the pile with that. I am on 2B, and you're an E. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the next one.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4 on the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the next one.
Okie doke, we've moved our pieces.
Now you get more money. I get more money.
And I'll have to remember to set the timer for the next round.
Yeah, please, if you'd be so kind.
And the final section of the show, Bibliotat. This time, Marvels and Mysteries of the Unexplained by Nigel Blundell and Alan Hall. And this is an example in our first episode of one of those books that my nana loaned me that I never returned before she died. I managed to actually lose that book originally, but hopefully just misplaced. But we did manage to find this copy in a charity shop.
Very coincidentally, and quite a while ago now, actually.
Was it the British Heart Foundation?
It might have been the Red Cross.
Yeah. It was a cheap price. I think it was £1.50.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's a good price for a big book.
But I've managed to pick out 3 stories I remember from this book as a kid. This was originally published in 1988. I would have been about 7, and these gave me the heebie-jeebies. One story is just a catastrophic and devastating force of nature. You can't do anything about it until some of the pictures just kind of... I was better than settled as a kid. One story is about an unsolved murder. As a kid, I think I was especially scared because this happened in Britain. That's where I live. There's a killer in the country. And the final story is just really weird, and although I clearly remembered the scientific explanation, because when we saw the book, this is the one story I really remembered from it, and I remembered exactly, this is how it was done. But as a kid, I must have just blanked out the scientific reason and just gone, oh, this thing's happening, and that weirds me out.
Nature and science, science and nature.
So, the first story of the book is The Siberian Fireball. Just after dawn on the 30th of June 1908, the Tunguska region of Siberia was devastated by a great fireball. Trees were felled, reindeer were roasted where they stood grazing, houses shook, the sky grew dark. What had caused the catastrophe? It was a white-hot explosion more powerful than the atomic bombs dropped on Japan at the end of World War II. And nomadic tribesmen over 70 kilometres from the centre of the blast were lifted into the air and the tents blown away. It's the greatest cosmic disaster ever recorded. It was just after 7 a.m. on the 30th of June 1908 that the fireball struck. Farmer Sergei Semenov was one of the few witnesses whose recollections of the disaster were recorded. There appeared a great flash. There was so much heat the shirt was almost burned off my back. There was a huge ball of fire that covered an enormous part of the sky. Afterwards, it became very dark. It shook the whole house and moved it from its foundations.
Bloody hell.
He was 80 kilometres from the blast centre, and everything with a radius of some 64 kilometres was absolutely incinerated.
Holy shit.
Investigators from great academies in European Russia made a long and arduous journey into the wasteland. They were absolutely astonished by what they saw. They thought the peasants must have been exaggerating, and what they saw must have been a minor comet or savage storm. Nothing prepared them for the herds of dead reindeer literally roasted where they stood grazing. Kilometres of pine forests flattened like wheat in fields after rain. No idea of what was causing it. Because of the political turmoil surrounding the Russian Revolution of 1917, it wasn't until 1930 that a serious scientific study to probe possible causes was launched.
Fuck.
It's still not entirely known what caused it. Generally, it's considered to be an air explosion of a meteorite about 3 to 6 miles up in the atmosphere.
Bloody hell.
The second story, this was one that shit me up because it involved somebody being dead in the country, and it's an unsolved murder of Janice Weston from September 1983. Now, this book was first published in 1988.
So it's still a pretty fresh case at that point, then.
Yeah, it goes on for about 2 pages, giving a background on Janice, and it brings us up to date. She was researching a book on computer law. Her husband was a property developer who was working in France at the time of her death. Her body was found in a lay-by on the A1. She'd been beaten with a blunt object, turned out to be the car jack.
Oh, God.
Her then car was found abandoned in Camden Town, miles and miles away from the scene of the crime. Her belongings, keys and money all left untouched. They had a lead from a local garage. A man had ordered a duplicate set of plates to those on Janice's car. The man, seen by witnesses, was never traced, and her husband, who inherited £200,000 untaxed, and this is in 1983 money. As a result of her death, he was released after being questioned and held for 55 hours.
Wow.
And this is still unsolved to this day.
My God.
And the one story from this book that I just saw the cover and go, this is the one thing I remembered from here.
I love this story.
The Moving Stones of Death Valley. And also the place that it's at is an awesome name. Racetrack Player. It's a plain of dried mud in Death Valley, dotted with boulders. Many of them have left snake-like trails, suggesting they've moved hundreds of metres, and no one has witnessed this strange phenomenon. 500 years ago, Native Americans first noticed the phenomenon of these stones moving, but it wasn't until 1969 the second serious study of the stones was embarked upon by Robert Sharp of the Geology Department of the California Institute of Technology. Over 7 years, he's able to study all factors such as wind, ice, air, and the size of the stones, temperature. Essentially, at certain temperatures, a very thin layer of ice had been forming on the plains, and from his study, he calculated with precisely 0.6 centimetres of water lying in the surface of the player, the whole surface became delicately balanced. Any more water, the rocks would sink into the surface of the valley. Any less, and they wouldn't be propelled by the wind, because where it's located, it's like a wind tunnel from all the hills. So yeah, conditions are just right to propel these stones across. And we'll put some photos on the website of these trails behind the stones that look like they're being pushed along. Or
And does that say there the longest single movement was an incredible 200 metres in one go?
yeah, but it was a stone weighing less than 500 grams.
Oh. Well, that's pretty much it from us for this episode.
Made it through to the end of another one.
Congratulations if you stuck it through. Honestly, we couldn't be happier to have your ears lent to us. It really does mean a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, bless your hearts and your cotton socks and everything else. And yeah, huge thanks.
And we are part of the Studio Channel 84 network, home of the variety show, Untitled Trek Show, and Who Takes the Socks Off. Karen is currently the guest on their first mini-sode, Socks On or Off, and you can find it all at channel84.co.uk, and pictures of everything we've talked about can be found on our show blog. Go to likelyused.co.uk.
And also on the website you'll find our links to our other social media platforms that we use. We are on Twitter and on Instagram at _likelyused, all one word.
And we're on Discord too, and you can find all the links on the website,
You can
likelyused.co.uk.
And finally, not show related, but my poor stupid father has put himself in hospital after tumbling off his bicycle whilst riding through the woodlands at, I will say, nearly the age of 70. Dad, 70. You're so on. Anyway, if you don't retire the bicycle after this, I don't know what I'll have to say about it. But in the meantime, I hope you're getting all the good painkillers in the hospital, that you're not doing the nurses' heads in too much, and that you get home soon, and that you're all healed up soon.
Get well soon, Dad Merle-Chesters.
Adam and Karen have been lightly used. Visit lightlyused.co.uk for more. To get in touch, email pod@lightlyused.co.uk.
5 centuries ago, first noticed the phenomenon of the moving.
This was a Studio Channel 84 network show, To find more, head over to channel84.co.uk now.